In the quiet corridors of NATO headquarters, a slow realization was dawning. Sweden, NATO's newest member, brought with it the highly capable Saab Gripen fighter jet. The Gripen was expected to be a straightforward asset, flexible, cost-effective, and perfect for the alliance's northern flank. But a hidden detail in its design was about to disrupt NATO's strategic planning. The issue wasn't performance. The Gripen excelled there. The problem was its engine, the American-made General Electric F-414. This engine, also used in the U.S. Navy's F/A-18 Super Hornet, is subject to strict U.S. export controls. Suddenly, a Swedish jet was not entirely Swedish. The U.S. government holds the final say on who can buy the Gripen. This revelation caught NATO leaders off guard. They had assumed a European ally's primary defense asset would be free of such constraints. The idea that one member could effectively veto another's defense sales was unsettling. It exposed a vulnerability in NATO's procurement strategy. The alliance had focused on technical interoperability, missing the political dimension. The Gripen's engine was no longer just hardware. It was a symbol of a larger strategic dilemma. NATO's unity and operational freedom now faced a new kind of challenge. The political strings attached to the Gripen's engine forced a re-examination of alliance assumptions. What seemed like a simple addition to NATO's arsenal had become a geopolitical tripwire. The lesson was clear. In modern defense, technology and politics are inseparable. The Gripen's engine issue was just the beginning of a much bigger conversation. The Saab Gripen is more than a fighter jet. It's the embodiment of Sweden's defense philosophy. Sweden's tradition of armed neutrality demanded self-reliance and innovation. The Gripen was designed for resilience, able to operate from short-damage runways and even highways. Its smart design prioritizes advanced electronics, data links, and ease of maintenance. Saab's approach has always been evolutionary, not revolutionary, upgrading the Gripen over decades to stay at the cutting edge. The jet's minimal ground crew, requirements, and rapid turnaround make it uniquely suited for dispersed operations. Landing on stretches of road is a core feature, not a gimmick. This operational flexibility gives Sweden, and now NATO, a powerful tool for modern air defense. The Gripen's legacy is one of practical innovation, efficiency, and adaptability. As Europe faces new security challenges and tight budgets, the Gripen stands out as a credible, affordable solution. It's not just a relic of the Cold War, it's a platform refined for the 21st century. The Gripen story is a testament to Swedish ingenuity and a model for future European defense projects. In a world of rising threats, its blend of resilience and affordability is more relevant than ever. The Gripen proves that smart design can be just as important as raw power. The Gripen E and F are a radical leap forward, almost entirely new aircraft beneath their familiar shape. Saab re-engineered the jet for the modern battle space, focusing on data, sensors, and electronic warfare. The new airframe is larger, with more fuel and hardpoints, addressing past limitations and boosting payload. The Gripen EF is now a true multi-role powerhouse. Its advanced sensor suite includes an AESA radar and an infrared search and track system, allowing detection without revealing its position. The electronic warfare system doesn't just jam enemy radars, it turns them into sources of intelligence. What truly sets the Gripen EF apart is its network-centric design. Advanced data links let Gripens share information in real time, acting as a coordinated team. One jet can detect, another can track, and a third can strike, all without exposing themselves. This collaborative approach is a game-changer in air combat. The Gripen EF isn't just an upgrade, it's a redefinition of what a modern fighter can be. It's designed to dominate the electronic battlefield and outthink its adversaries. In the age of information warfare, the Gripen EF is built to lead. The global fighter jet market is fiercely competitive, but the Gripen has carved out a unique niche. Countries like Brazil, the Czech Republic, Hungary, South Africa, and Thailand have chosen it for its blend of performance and affordability. The Gripen rivals more expensive jets at a fraction of the life cycle cost. Its low operational expenses mean more flight hours and better trained pilots. Saab's industrial partnerships offer buyers technology transfer and local job creation, making the deal a long-term investment. Brazil, for example, co-develops and manufactures parts of the Gripen, boosting its own aerospace industry. This combination of capability, cost-effectiveness, and industrial cooperation makes the Gripen a formidable contender. It challenges the F-35, Rafale, and Eurofighter by offering a balanced, politically flexible package. For nations seeking first-rate air power without the baggage or price tag of other platforms, the Gripen is a smart choice. Its growing presence on the world stage is a testament to its appeal. The Gripen's success is reshaping the global fighter market. Choosing the American General Electric F414 engine for the Gripen EF made sense, proven, powerful, and cost-effective. But this technical decision brought unforeseen political consequences. The F414 is subject to U.S. export controls under ITAR, giving Washington veto power over every Gripen sale. Sweden, proud of its independence, now finds its flagship export tethered to American interests. If the U.S. disagrees with a potential customer, it can block the sale by withholding the engine license. This undermines Sweden's sovereignty and credibility as an independent arms supplier. The controversy highlights a core tension in global defense. Collaboration brings capability, but also dependency. For Sweden, the F414 has turned the Gripen into a potential political hostage. The American heart of the Gripen is both a strength and a vulnerability. This paradox is forcing Sweden and its customers to rethink their defense strategies. The engine issue is no longer just technical, it's a matter of national policy. The Gripen's future now depends as much on politics as on performance. The problem of U.S. export controls became painfully real in 2022. Colombia wanted to replace its aging fighters, and the Gripen was a frontrunner, but the deal collapsed, not over price or performance, but because the U.S. signaled it wouldn't approve the F414 engine export. Washington favored selling its own F-16s and used its leverage to steer Colombia away from the Gripen. For Sweden, this was a public demonstration of its vulnerability. A superior product and a willing customer weren't enough. Politics trumped technology. The incident sent a chill through other potential buyers, raising doubts about future support. The engine issue was no longer theoretical. It had immediate, costly consequences. The Colombian episode showed how deeply geopolitics shapes the arms market. Technical superiority doesn't guarantee a win. Political leverage is often decisive. For Sweden and its customers, the lesson was clear. Dependence on U.S. components carries real risks. The Gripen's export prospects were now shadowed by American policy. Sweden's entry into NATO was celebrated, with the Gripen seen as a key asset for the alliance's northern defenses. But the U.S. veto over the Gripen's engine created a nightmare for NATO planners. In a crisis, rapid transfer of Gripens between allies could be delayed or blocked by Washington. This undermines NATO's principle of collective defense and operational flexibility. The engine dependency gives the U.S. disproportionate influence over other members' military assets. It introduces uncertainty and potential friction within the alliance. NATO had focused on technical interoperability, but overlooked political interoperability. The Gripen case revealed that political restrictions can render even the best technology useless in a crisis. This forced a re-evaluation of how NATO sources its equipment. The hidden risks of relying on a single ally's components became impossible to ignore. The alliance now faces tough questions about sovereignty and operational freedom. Canada's search for a new fighter jet pitted the American F-35 against the Swedish Gripen EF. The F-35 offered stealth and deep U.S. integration. The Gripen promised lower costs and operational flexibility. Some argued the Gripen would give Canada more independence from the U.S. defense industry. But the irony, the Gripen's American-made engine meant true independence was an illusion. Even with the Gripen, Canada would still be subject to U.S. export controls. Ultimately, Canada chose the F-35, valuing integration with its primary defense partner. The engine issue likely influenced the decision. If dependence on Washington was inevitable, deeper integration made sense. The Canadian case shows how U.S. export controls shape even allied procurement choices. Strategic autonomy is complicated by global supply chains and political realities. For many countries, the choice isn't between dependence and independence, but between different forms of dependence. The episode is a reminder, American influence extends even to the most trusted allies. The Gripen's engine saga is a cautionary tale for nations seeking true sovereignty. In the end, politics and supply chains are inseparable in modern defense. The Gripen engine saga has sparked a wider debate in Europe about defense independence. European nations have long sought strategic autonomy, but the Gripen case exposes hidden dependencies. The push for a truly independent European defense capability is gaining urgency. Sweden is already exploring next-generation technologies and a possible European engine for future Gripens. Breaking free from U.S. components is a complex, costly challenge. American technology is often the best, but political strings are attached. Europe faces a choice: rely on U.S. tech and accept the costs, or invest heavily in autonomy. NATO stands at a crossroads, balancing advanced technology with member independence. The Gripen's engine problem is a microcosm of this larger struggle. The tension between interdependence and sovereignty will shape NATO's future. The answer will define the landscape of global air power for decades to come.